So we'll start again with our patient speaker, Gabe Augdahl, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and share his story with us.
Good afternoon. My name is Gabe Augdahl, and I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm currently 18 years old and a freshman at Central Michigan University. Fire up chips. Thank you to the Desmoid Tumor Research Foundation for inviting me to this conference and giving me the chance to speak with all of you here today. You know, if life was perfect, it would be boring. I never would have thought that a critical diagnosis could change my life, and so my journey has begun. My friend actually is the one that noticed the lump on my neck. It started out the size of a small golf ball, and I could barely see it. My friend asked me if I knew what was wrong with my neck. At first, I said I had no idea. He then took a picture of it and had to show me it to point it out for me. Then I realized what he was talking about. Then I immediately went home and told my parents. We decided we needed to get it checked out. After some tests and a biopsy, I was diagnosed in July of 2021. We were referred to the oncology department at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids. We were given several options of treatment, from watch and wait to chemotherapy to immunotherapy to a possible trial. It was very overwhelming. We needed to make a choice. We wanted to try and get a handle on this before my junior year of high school had started. Our first treatment was an oral medication. The side effects were not bad at all. Hair turned a little white. Hair turned white, and I was a little more tired than normal, but nothing I couldn't handle. Although I actually enjoyed having the white hair, and I wish I had it back. People would always ask me how my hair got this way, and I told them it was a medicine. I would then go on and tell them to get the same hair, just not the same route that I did. After 5 months on the first medication, we had a CT scan, and it confirmed an over 49% growth, not what we had hoped for. Images were sent to Cincinnati for another option. After a couple weeks of thinking, we chose to enroll in a trial. We started this in February of 2022. The second treatment, it was another oral pill, but it was on a trial. I had the worst side effects of all. Had terrible canker sores, about 10 at one time. Was eating ramen noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tried eating fruit and popsicles, but still even the acid contents in those were still hard to eat. I lost about 25 pounds, mostly muscle mass, and I couldn't do a lot of physical activity normally. I tried to get through it by stopping and starting the trial because of the trial requirements. Finally, we got the side effects under control, and they started to become a little more tolerable. We had another CT scan. We had to be removed from the study because of over 20% growth. If not being a trial drug, the doctors would have kept me on this treatment. Our third treatment, we started chemotherapy infusions. Weekly treatments starting 6/22, and the only real side effects were fatigue. We went through this for 9 months without missing a single day. Every time I had to leave school to go to the doctor's office for my infusion, it played a huge mental toll on me. I was sick of leaving my friends, my teachers, and my colleagues at my school to go get an infusion in a small doctor's office. And I also disliked the feeling that the medicines would make me. After 3 cycles in August of 2022, we had another CT scan and a continued growth in the mass of over 27%. I was headed into a basketball season and really didn't want to change anything. Plus, we knew this would be a long process. We had met with a surgeon, knew this wasn't really an option, but I wanted to hear it for myself. We were He was not comfortable with providing any type of surgery, as there are many opportunities of reoccurrence, since the tumor tends to grow faster when bothered. And it could also leave a big crater in the side of my neck from the tumor being taken out, and also the muscle around my neck. In October of 2022, we decided to go on the half dose of chemo so I can continue playing basketball. The doctor was comfortable with this, as the CT showed minimal growth. After basketball season, the CT continued to show minimal growth. However, I was tired of the chemo process and I felt little progress. We decided in April to make the trip to Cincinnati for the cryoablation. The doctors at the Cincinnati Children's performed the cryoablation, having to actually drill into the tumor because they said it was one of the most dense tumors they have ever done. Although the scans seemed to show some death of the tumors, the doctors and I felt there was nothing more we could do because of the density. Throughout all these treatments, I've always felt a toll on myself. Because of this, I have kept faith over fear close to my heart. I truly believe that keeping the faith as my main focus in life can get me through any difficulty that I come across. I felt like I would basically have to live with taking medicine and feel like I'm always sick. All these medicines had a very big mental toll. The medicine would make me tired by the middle of the day. I would have to go to school, then lift weights after school with my basketball team, and then continue playing basketball practice after. It wore me out, both mentally and physically. With the goals of playing basketball at the next level, I felt very lost in myself during this time. I went through my worst year in school, hurt relationships with my friends, my family, and most importantly, my doctors and nurses. The biggest part for me throughout all of this was the feeling of not being normal. I had to always carry around this fake look on me and make people feel that I was fine on the outside, but on the inside I really wasn't. The biggest mistake I made was not being honest with myself, friends, family, especially my doctors and nurses. I believe that your mental health through this is the hardest part, and that's where we as a community and I as a person need to step up. Be there for those who need it. If you're going through something mentally, don't keep it inside. Speak up. Let the doctors and those who love you help you. They're there for a reason. I feel as a patient who's been through this for 3 years that the community and doctors need to play a better part in helping the mental aspect of it. There's nothing we can do about it right now. We are fighting for a cure for this tumor, but while we wait and figure out the best opportunity, we need to be there for the patients first themselves. There's something we can all do as patients. We need to be able to provide funds for the researchers to continue their work. Continuous fundraising is the best thing we can do as we are working for a cure. When I was first diagnosed, I had no idea what it was. We need to advocate for ourselves and get information out there and use different fundraising methods to help get a community of supporters behind us. For me and my family, we set up a Desmoid Tumor night at my high school senior night basketball game. Our motto we used for it was faith over fear. I live by this quote every day. We contacted a local sports radio show host who goes by The Huge Show, as well as local news stations to help get the word out more to the community. We made and sold t-shirts, wristbands, and passed around donation buckets at the halftime of my game. We provided a free throw shooting contest at halftime for the spectators to participate in. We raised $18,000 at the event, ranging from all ages of people at a school of about 500 students. What an amazing support they are for the Desmoid Tumor Research Foundation. What started out as an idea to sell shirts to raise awareness for the Desmoid Tumor Research Foundation with an initial goal of $5,000, which resulted in the outpouring support from our community way above and beyond our expectations. Don't ever second guess an idea you have. Any and all funds for the foundation are very needed. Simple fundraising acts like that night help get awareness to people that have no idea what we are battling. The more people know about what this is, hopefully we can get more supporters and strive for a cure. Rely on the Desmoid Tumor Research Foundation and use their resources in order to promote your event. We use their online donation page, which made it easy for people not able to attend the event to donate to the cause. This month, I am selling my Faith Over Fear apparel to help continue raising funds for the Desmoid Tumor Research Foundation. If you are interested, you can contact my dad after. To wrap it up, another quote I always like to think about and leave you here with is, life is short, make the most out of it no matter what. Some things we can't control, we can't let those road bumps tear us down. But instead, take those road bumps and help us be a bigger and better person. As much as I dislike this tumor and everything I've gone through, it has helped me realize life in a bigger aspect. Love yourself and be happy you're living to this day. Thank you.